Okay, we're here in the studio with Justin. What's up, bro?
What's up?
Do you have a name for this lab?
I mean, the whole place is called April Base.
Yeah, I saw that in your email. What does that mean?
It's the military base where Fox Mulder's younger sister was taken from in the X-Files.
In the X-Files, Chris.
All right, nerd. Didn't know that was going to be the answer.
But also, your birthday's in April?
Yeah, it's sort of like if there's really a new year, it should be April 1st, right? It's like when spring is new. It just makes no sense that the new year's
April motherfucker would say that.
Yeah.
That's
Taurus
often
energy.
the fiscal year in the corporate world.
Yeah,
I
see,
feel
that's
like
what I'm saying.
You're locked in with
Tax
that
day
stuff.
should be New Year's now or whatever.
You're a Q2 guy.
Yeah, Q2.
I don't really start kicking
Everything
till
really
Q-
happens in Q2.
Well, yeah. We don't talk about one. Okay, so we had dinner last night, and you asked us what our birthdays were, and I answered, "Oh, we're both Virgos. Isn't that something?" And then you're like, that means nothing to me. Daddy needs numbers.
Yeah,
I need birth times. I need birth cities. So I was like, Justin, you're talking like my exes.
Yeah, this literally sounds like a Raya day.
So how are you trying to fix me knowing my birthday is September 4th?
I don't-
Beyonce's birthday.
Is it?
Yeah, her and I share a birthday.
Well, I would never try to fix you. I just,
First and foremost,
it's funny you asked
got a
that.
clean
I'm just
take of
like,
that?
what do I really think I would glean from knowing it? It's like,
well, you're a
I'm
numbers
just
guy.
like, I mean, I like numbers, but I don't know anything about them.
sure. So you like to hear it. It feels good. You don't really have any way to process.
I'm
that
only
or-
looking for the patterns that reflect back on me or me understanding myself more.
Smart.
Or the people around me.
How can I
you know?
make your birthday about
me
with
exactly.
numbers?
Precisely.
That also sounds like some of Jason's ex-girlfriends.
Hi. Miss you, girls. I don't. Okay, so but have you always been a numerology? Because I know that people are into them and they'll like find a person that gets them into it or whatever. Some people, it seems it's inherently from birth. You were born with the abacus in your hand.
It's far from the abacus zone. It's just the number 22 is always my number, like in basketball, or just like I saw it on the clock. I think I was born. I've now.
Story deuces up.
Yeah,
I think you were born too, because you're here with us right
I was
now.
born
So
at a 822, I think, or at least that's what I've now kind of conglomerated my memory
this
to.
is the character that you've assumed.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
But it's just that's it. It's just
11 has always been a number that's popped up in my life.
See, that's half of me.
But that's like the
I don't have a fucking
You're like,
number.
one day-
You don't have
I
a
like
number.
all the numbers. Like
All
I
of
don't. Yeah, I've never thought about a number once
Really?
in my life. No.
Really?
I mean, it's
What's your favorite number? I like all of them.
I like all of them. I
good.
literally have never thought about. I understand that it's like a luck thing, and that's why most people think of it that way, or there's some sort of historical.
It's like
meaning.
what about an angel number? Do you know what that is? I think it's like numbers that are like watching over you.
I feel like that's my 22.
22,
That's
sure.
your-
Yeah.
that's your
Okay.
22.
And the number I bet on roulette.
How much
What
you-
number would you bet on roulette if you were going to do roulette?
You know, funny you asked that, Justin, because I'm really adverse to gambling.
Okay.
As a drug addict, I picked that. I was like, this is fun. I don't want to lose money. I want to make money.
He wants to
Okay.
gamble with his life.
Yeah, I like to gamble with my
not
life.
his life
Yeah,
savings.
exactly. I'm gonna get. It's honestly true, but I do think it's sports betting. I don't understand because I don't really follow sports. But roulette, you literally pick a number and pray.
Yeah, it's great.
That does sound fun. Are you up right now?
Actually, yeah, I was with Yachty randomly in Vegas because we did a little
Lil?
talk together. Lil.
Okay.
What a sweet man. Like, seriously, we had so much fun. But like, he was like, you want to go gambling? It's like, yeah, like maybe I'm going to go gambling like on a little higher level than I usually do. But he pulled out a stack. And I was like, I was going to watch. Like, he played blackjack, which I can't play. But so I watched him
how
play
mu-
like 5 hands at a time. And then I went, I was like, there's a high roller roulette table. And I had like $200 in my pocket from the last time I went to Ho Chunk Casino. And I put it down and I won. And I got like $1,800. And I just it sits in my wallet. Just
That's
ready to-
nice.
Yeah.
That's good.
1800 is a nice.
You
Like,
can't go to the ATM and shit. You know?
1800 is enough to be excited about, you know. But
It's more than walking around money.
Yeah.
Like you could walk in and buy a MacBook Pro,
Yeah.
which is cool.
you could
Yeah.
buy a Civic, you know, from
You
a
ever
certain year.
You ever bought a MacBook in cash?
I'm an Air guy, anyways.
Hell yeah!
What?
No
Welcome to
pros.
the resistance, brother.
I'm done pro. I'm done with pro.
He doesn't need.
Well, that's because you probably have some crazy desktop units here.
Yeah, it's only out where you can see him. I go at the airs. In the back, it's some sort of behemoth.
That's so funny that you say that because I really think that
you're mining Bitcoin back there and shit.
Yep.
There did look like a Bitcoin mining room over here to the left. I felt the breeze when I walked by.
Yeah.
Like our
you're-
server farm out
Well, yeah,
here.
you're
That's
the
really
server
what
farm.
we're
You
doing.
could-
out
You
here.
could feel the 5G in the back of your throat when you get up on the property.
in my
little tickle there.
in my fillings. Yeah.
Okay, so your MacBook Air only gives you enough.
Yep.
Okay.
But you're using that to like send emails.
Yeah.
And, like, look
check
at
Safari. Yeah.
You're
Check-
not using that for any.
Checking
heavy
your
I
sites.
did actually mix the EP on this MacBook Air and finished off in the hotel room in Brooklyn last fall.
Really?
It did give me some trouble.
There
but
were
we
some
got
latency
there.
issues.
We got there.
Okay, so you're in
That's
a hotel
crazy.
room in Brooklyn with the headphones on with the air,
MacBook- Yeah, the Air.
and you just are like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna get it done here."
Like the
Well, I
like
kinda
the
ran out of
final
time.
mix, or like just messing around for fun, see how it sounds.
Final. Like I was like running out of time and I
the
had
file
to go to New York.
it was final. You know.
Yeah, at the end it's like new
yeah.
best.
New 01.
Yeah.
V19 final.
That my file managing skills have definitely just plummeted year after year over
Who
the
cares,
years.
man?
Yeah.
No,
Somebody
you
will
know,
deal with
This
it.
is something I'm really bad. Like if somebody asked me for a photo, I literally have to just open a folder and scroll until
Scan.
I get lucky.
Yeah.
One by one.
They're literally just the names that come back from the developing lab. Like I don't rename anything.
I used
It's
to be
bad.
the archivist in my friend group, like with Brad and everybody. Like, I would have all these folders and I would organize them and I would scan old photos and I would have them all. Like, I still have all those, but then when Apple started doing it for you, then I've just lost all
Yeah,
organizational
I think
skills.
in a
Yeah.
year or two, AI will be able to find whatever image you need.
Mm-hmm.
You can just like search by name. You can just say like Jason Stewart, and it'll just boom.
Well,
every
you do
photo.
come up on when I pull up my iPhoto. It's you might be first. Honestly.
Easter 2019.
We got Easter 2019. They're making the video. It's nice.
Have
seeing
you
like
ever? Has there ever been a slideshow on Apple where they've used a Bon Iver song? Or
You mean like on a commercial?
well, no, we'll get to that.
Oh.
But I mean, like when it is like
In your own
you
life.
have a new memory. It's like Easter 2017, and then you hit a button, and it like some smooth,
No,
beautiful,
thankfully
euphoric music
not.
happens.
You're like
That would have maybe sent me down. That would be
But
too
just think
much.
about the royalties, because like
I don't think-
19 billion moms open that every day. Cha-ching.
That is one of the worst Apple features, but I also can't help but use it. Like when it comes up, I turn off the video and turn it to photo, and then scroll through the stuff that
I have
picked
trouble
me.
getting to that step. Like I don't know why it's always in video, and then I'm like, well, I guess I can't look at these photos because it's just
The
going.
video is it's the video. Yeah, the it's too much.
Yeah, it's TMI.
It's too much.
Well, speaking of Apple, we were working out at the gym this morning. Chris was really pumping it up, and I was listening to a podcast, and it served me an ad for Culvers. Like I was listening to your episode of Popcast with our friends over at the New York Times, and then a targeted Wisconsin ad came up, and I was like, "This is a sign." And you were talking about Culvers. We haven't been. And apparently I have to go there as
You
well
gotta
as
go.
what's the other place? The pizza place?
Rocky Rococo.
Rocky Rococo.
I've never heard of either of these places. Like I
Really?
know, I usually am at least somewhat aware of the regional hits.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But people, because Jason's a food guy, listeners let him know.
Uh-huh.
They sound off in the
Yeah.
comments.
So I posted a picture of the Eau Claire penis, the dick. That's what they called it, like the water tower.
Oh,
Nobody, I guess, one person calls it the Eau Claire penis.
yeah,
or
one
whatever.
person.
This is news to all of you guys.
Yeah, anybody? Okay.
Is that the one you guys designed?
What do you mean? You designed a
Not
water
the physical
tower?
thing. They did the graphic design.
That's
of
so funny
the
because I was
fucking
talking
thing.
about how great the typeface
It looks
is.
good. It
Oh
looks
well,
good.
these are the boys.
It's a great
Well,
typeface.
I posted the tower on my Instagram, and everyone's like, "I can't wait to hear your Culver's review." And I was like, "What the fuck is that?" And then boom, come on down to Culver's, ad on your podcast. So knowing me, we've hung out and had one meal. What's my order there?
Double butter burger.
Double butter burger. Okay.
I feel like you might feel like the raw red onion might be too much, so you might take those off.
Okay.
Maybe I'm just
Wow.
guessing. That's
Wow,
like
you
that's
think you
maybe
can't
I'm
handle
projecting.
raw?
Projecting.
Raw
maybe.
onion too spicy?
Just like, I don't know. It's just like it can
I
kind
love
of.
when the Wisconsin white boy says you can't handle it.
Bro, you're whiter than me. You can't be saying that. Okay.
No,
so
I mean
it's a sharp flavor.
Their
not
fries
for
have
everyone.
really increased in quality in the last decade.
Quality
And
meaning spud or fry, like the,
just the everything about the product has gotten
Okay.
better. I don't
Across
know
the board.
what they did, but
Spud
then
up.
their cheese curds. I've said this kind of publicly a lot.
Sure.
I'm still trying to get them to change their recipe of cheese curds because it's like people come to Wisconsin, they're like, "Oh, you're going to get cheese curds." I love Culvers. They rep Wisconsin well with the butter burger, but the cheese curd I think is too bready for what I think cheese curds should be.
I'm proud to
So you
say,
should try
I see
them.
my man nodding in the back. He's with you on that
I'm
one.
proud to say I've never had a cheese curd, and I don't think I ever will. Much like poutine, I'm all set.
Yeah. You must have had lots of poutine over the years.
Never had a
Never
bite
had
of
it.
poutine. No,
Have you ever had like a tofu poutine though?
No. There's some things that just I can't do, and cheese curd, even the name, it just is so unappealing to me. I know it's a local delicacy, and I'm sure it's delicious.
Yeah.
But is it like the kind of thing where the best one is at like the state fair?
There's a really good ones at the Minnesota State Fair. I've strangely never been to the Wisconsin one, but Ellsworth has the best cheese curds.
Ellsworth is a restaurant.
It's a cheese curdery.
Oh, it's a curdery.
It's a
I don't know what
It's a
course.
what the fuck is it called?
But what do you eat?
It's a curd shack. What do you dip? What do you dip it in there?
Yeah, how does it work?
Like a kind of like a dill ranch or something like
You guys
that.
fucking love dill. You're talking about you guys like it's too pickle forward here in this part of the country for me.
Is it because of the bitter winters? That's the only way you can get like, vegetables in your diet is by pickling them.
Yeah, probably.
That's pretty much it.
But what
Actually,
is
that's
the-
actually
explain to
100%
me how-
true.
What is the? And excuse my ignorance.
No.
What is
And
the,
of course, the German diaspora.
Yeah.
What is the delivery system for the curd? Fork?
Oh, hands.
Oh, hands.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a.
Your hand.
What is the shape? Is it like a chicken tender?
Well, there's like an Eau Claire style. This place that burned down called the Camaraderie. They just did like
Good name.
inch by inch cubes,
Oh,
but
shit.
generally like Ellsworth is just like a kind of an I don't know. It looks like a little kidney or something.
Okay, and you dip it, and then so you're doing. Okay, I didn't know if
and
there
it's
was-
lightly breaded,
Okay,
but lightly.
so it's a mozzarella cheese steak.
It's cheddar usually.
Okay.
White cheddar.
But
orange
you get
cheddar
the
sometimes.
squeak in your teeth. That's the difference.
Yeah, I do know about.
But
the
when they're
squeak.
fried, you don't really get the squeak. When they're not fried, that's like that. You can just raw dog those in the van, just and they do squeak a little bit.
I just don't think that much
Loose cheese in the van is something.
I don't think that's good for us. I don't think that's the best. I mean, I'm sure you've learned your limits. I'm sure you've over cheesed in the past.
I don't know if I ever have.
Really?
Yeah.
You think the limit of cheese is still out there?
I mean, I've gotten full, but I don't know if I.
Okay, sure.
I don't
sure.
think I've ever over.
I just mean there's a.
I could have more visible abs.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
But I feel like
I got a 12-pack underneath.
if I want cheese, I need something, a nacho or I want something to.
If you're gonna cheese, you're gonna make it count.
I would like to have more. I would need a crunch to kind of complement the squeak.
But that's the thing is that the cheese has got this amazing texture.
I see. Oh, I see. So you're there for the squeak
Yeah.
because that means the texture is right.
Precisely.
Okay.
It's like a good piece of sushi, no soy sauce.
Of course.
Okay.
This has been very informative.
Yeah, I mean,
honestly,
you might have to
because these
try
are questions I've thought about a lot because this part of the country, the butter burger we've heard about a lot. It's just a burger with butter on the bun.
Yeah.
Okay.
That I can handle.
Yeah. Yes, you can.
What
Yeah, we'll
about
do it
as a
tomorrow.
vegetarian? Is there a veggie burger at Culver's?
I mean, you do fish, right?
Yeah, but I don't want to.
You're not going to do the Norwegian cod fillet.
No.
It's pretty solid.
The fish fry. It's going down.
I mean, yeah, the Friday night fish fry in Wisconsin is a thing. I would try to do that, but I don't know if there's. I don't know
Can
if
we
they
extend
have
our
a veggie
hotel a
patty.
week?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know what, Milan, we're done. I've got to
Yeah.
eat my way through Wisconsin.
You could stop in Ellsworth on the way home to the airport tomorrow. Matter of fact,
Yeah, nothing sounds better to me than some curds at
right before a long
noon
flight.
before I sit
Well,
on
I
the
was
plane for
wondering
9
that
hours.
because I have similar thoughts. Like In-N-Out, I enjoy it, but their fries could be offering more. Other places have better fries, so you have to go to multiple locations.
Yeah.
Have you ever done a thing where you kind of Uber Eats the one thing from one place and the side from the other place, and hopefully they arrive at the same time
Yeah.
while the edible's kicking in, kind of thing?
Yeah, that's right.
Yep. On New Year's Eve this year, I had kind of a little stumble towards the end of the year. Just sort of got sick and was like, all my plans kind of fell through, and I was licking my wounds a little bit.
So
and
instead of going to St. Bart's, you said, "Let me get some curds."
yeah, I just stayed here by myself, and I got Mickey D's for breakfast, Culver's for lunch, Mickey D's again. for dinner.
Honestly, I need to know how twisted the answer to that question would be. You exceeded all of my expectations.
Well, because I mean, the breakfast at McDonald's.
I mean,
but what are
sausage.
you
It's a
getting?
different
Flapjacks
restaurant.
or just an egg McMuffin?
I did go flapjacks. I mean, I was celebrating.
The Jacks are sick. I remember those from being a kid.
It's strange that they're good because they aren't, but they're
but
so
the flavor
awesome.
is not like a.
It's
not like
golden.
any other Jack.
No, it's true.
It doesn't. It feels.
It's its own flap.
Yeah, it feels like its own. It doesn't. It's not actually a flapjack. It's
Yeah.
a McDonald's product.
Yeah,
is
yeah,
what
yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
trying
but
to say.
made in
the
a
French
lab.
fries aren't fried potatoes; they're McDonald's.
Yeah.
Fries
With a side of mayo, please. I know you hate mayo, but
You're getting mayo from McDonald's.
their mayo's great.
You know, there's a lot of celebrity condiment products popping up. Our friend of the
There
show,
is?
Molly Boz, has her own line of mayonnaises.
I'm sure
Really?
you've seen Glenn Powell's barbecue sauce.
Glenn Powell
No.
has a barbecue, ketchup, mustard, condiment thing going on. Molly, for
Molly's
April
amazing.
Fools, she did a breast milk aioli. She said she was over pumping and she had some extra product lying on the shelf.
You know that shit could go though.
That's the problem. That's the thing. All of her jokes like that. I'm like,
That's
you know,
that's the sign of a good. I mean, we're on the heels of April Fools just a couple days ago,
Uh-huh.
and I've been examining what makes a good April Fools joke, and I feel like it has to be 50% plausible,
Yep.
and then it works.
Yeah,
and
then
I could
you
see
never
her
know.
doing some titty milk aioli.
Yeah.
But what is your? Because I think you should obviously be branching out to some more small
All that
businesses.
is to say, if you were to get into the game,
Yeah. What? Yeah.
Maybe I'll just work with RT and just do a Kraut line.
Honestly, that feels a little.
RT Provisions.
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
That
Nice.
rolls off the tongue. I mean, I will say a Kraut feels limited as far as reach goes.
I'm not
Well,
an expansionist,
we're
man.
shooting
we're
for
out
the
here just trying to
star.
make
Compare.
something.
I mean, I'm saying
Not
good.
stars.
compared to the beloved barbecue sauce or ketchup, Kraut feels.
You don't live here, man. Like we put Kraut on shit. And sometimes I will literally we'll play basketball out here and I'll just go inside and just I'm forking the Kraut in, couldn't get it fast enough, just straight.
Forking the Kraut?
Yeah.
You sound like me when I was a kid. I would come in from playing outside and then just guzzle milk.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just so weird that
Yeah.
we used to do that.
Yeah.
I still do that.
But like,
I'll quench with milk.
really?
Yeah.
I don't do it anymore, but I miss those days. I really do.
It's crazy. It's crazy to think about.
Shoveling Kraut as like an electrolyte
Yeah.
enhancer kind of.
Gut
Have you ever
health?
poured the element powder
Well, I don't know if
on
you
the
know
Kraut?
this, RT, but it's got a lot of probiotics in
Of
there.
course,
It
of
really
course.
helps.
Yeah, we could sell this. Could become like a health food store. We could, with the right packaging, design, and brand.
Is it possible that Wisconsin has the best gut health in America?
There's no way.
No.
From the people I've
I'm not
seen,
talking
no offense
about-
to the guys in the room here, but it doesn't look.
You mean
great.
like the goodness
Yeah,
of
like
our
size.
bellies?
You know when you see a guy who is really fat but in good shape,
Uh-huh.
like great stamina, super strong, but that's just the
Built
way
like a bowling ball.
Yeah.
yeah. Is it possible that everyone is walking around here a little fat, but their microbiome is perfectione? You know
Well,
what I mean?
we're happy in general.
Okay.
That's all.
that's a. You might be onto something.
But how are you happy living here? No offense.
Yeah, we have a lot. Look, your house is very nice. Your compound, I love. I'd love to play basketball. I'd love to kind of walk the property with you, you know, in my wellies.
Yeah.
But we are in the fucking sticks.
Yeah, we are.
And I know this is your culture,
Mm-hmm.
but
It's gray.
usually people like you
Uh-huh.
leave, you know?
I just can't. I mean, I grew up like 2 miles from here, and it's in this kind of tricky part of the year where there's no leaves and the snow has left us. So it is the trickiest time of the year
brown.
actually. But
I'll
it's
say it's
brown.
brown.
It's really brown.
When you say
but
tricky, that means the
tough
worst.
to live through.
Okay. The worst part
Yeah.
of the year.
Tough,
to live through.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
But it binds us together. And
Thankfully, this is an audio-based
Yeah.
media platform.
No, I understand the appeal. I'm all jokes aside, but
Yeah.
I just feel like at a certain point it's so removed. But you get your kicks.
I traveled around so much and everything. Yeah. But I mean, you know, seeing the world on the road and that, you know, I've been spending more time in LA and it's been good for me just from like I've never done anything else standpoint. I'm, 43 years old and I'm like finally trying some shit out.
I
so.
like trying it later though, because then you can like do it right because you actually know what you like.
When I'm like rooted here now, I can't, I'll never be able to leave.
You got the
even I
city
wanted
on your
to.
shoulders.
Yeah.
You really do have the city. Yeah. Is there anyone else that's been successful from Eau Claire?
Oh yeah. Tons of people.
Who we got?
Zach Olmstead, he started the Jamf software.
Oh, your boy.
Oh yeah, Jamf.
Of course.
Jamf.
That's actually I forgot about our software.
All of our coders.
I mean, everybody.
Like,
Lots of people.
shit.
They got North Studios. We got Volume 1 magazine.
Name one person more famous than you. Is what we're
Tim
looking for.
Crumry was a Cincinnati. They
No.
named.
Crumry.
Crumry?
That sounds
He was a
right.
nose. It was the term nose tackle for the NFL. Came from Tim Crumry.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, if
Get
you
a little
invent
pastrami, a little Kraut on a nice crumb rye, light mustard.
And we had a Poquette play for the Kansas City Royals too. I think.
Poquette. That's
Yeah.
a name?
Hank Aaron. Yeah.
Like in Thailand?
I think
Hank
we actually.
Aaron's
I
ours.
think
Don't do that.
A Poquette came and said hello at the restaurant last night.
Oh, okay.
And then who else we got? Hank Aaron played his minor league ball here. That's what.
that is not. You can absolutely not claim that. That is not. That
No,
is
I
not.
mean, there's a
we're
statue.
gonna-
There's a statue of him and everything.
We're going to go ahead and deputize you as Mr. Eau Claire.
Whereas as visitors,
Okay.
just from what we have seen and know,
Having been
Whatever you
here
guys
for
say,
mere
man.
hours. Yeah. You don't have to comment on it at all.
no, but going places like this, we talk about it a lot because when you live in New York or LA, going places like this, especially for me, like on a weekend or for a couple of days, it feels so good because not that not where I'm from is so similar, but it is in some ways. Like anywhere that's not a major city is similar.
Yeah.
And like last night we went to. You can go to a city like this and stay at a hotel that's fine. Go to a good dinner, like it's fine. You can go anywhere now. It's not. You're not really ever in the sticks. I guess is what
I mean,
I'm saying.
LA is just a big town. Like, I mean, there's differences. That's basically like we're talking about restaurants and options of things to do, and there's an energy that changes in a city, but everywhere is the same. Everyone's insecure. There's all sorts of diseases everywhere.
Great point.
Yeah,
No.
but when you
I've tried diseases all over the world, and you're right. They do not go away.
But for you specifically,
Yeah.
as you, Justin, when you go to LA and you go to Whole Foods in Burbank and get a Harmless Harvest and get a sandwich at Wax Paper, maybe one person will be like, "Oh, what up, big fan."
Yeah.
But when you go anywhere here, you're gonna know at least 11 people.
Well, that's the thing. I know them. Like,
It's not
I sat on
one-sided.
Fallon's couch this week, and like, it's just sort of increased. Like, people, like, I think it's like in our minds. So when I was out last night, there was just a few more people, I think, saying hi. But in general, it's been pretty chill. And like, the fact is, I know everyone else too. It's not just like,
Yeah.
maybe
But it feels like you're the star quarterback.
it
kind of
does. It
energy.
does feel like that
Which
a
is
little bit.
cool.
Yeah.
I like that. He would prefer point guard, but
So most people go to LA
Shooting
to
forward.
get discovered, and you are able to go to LA.
To be undiscovered.
And-
I want to be. Yeah, I want to be
You're like,
undiscovered.
that guy, I think he's into something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Well, LA's so weird because sometimes, I mean, New York too. You'll see like. It'll be like Julia Roberts,
Right.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Or something. It'll be somebody fucked up. And you're
Kate
like, wow.
Blanchett walking her dog, and
Yeah,
not a
it's
single
like,
person
yeah.
says anything. To
Yeah,
her.
it's like that's the other difference, you know.
And that's nice. That's a nice part of LA too. That it's like sort of people are sort of somewhat used to it,
Yeah,
or
for
something out there.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not really impressing us. too
No.
much.
Yeah. Exactly.
Which sounds amazing to you. You
people
know what
are.
I mean?
Yeah. People are always like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't recognize you." I was like, "You have no idea. That's the fucking point."
That's the whole point. That's why I'm here. That's why I drive a Prius.
we're in that sweet spot. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I wrote down a question when I was high 2 days ago. Will your music suffer if you ever get married?
I don't know, man.
Great. That's a great question for a lot of people.
And what do you mean by my music
Well,
suffer?
once
Like
the suffering
the sales?
is over. Yeah, once the
Oh,
suffering
I
is
see what
over.
you're saying.
It's like the way we think that like if Oasis stopped doing coke,
I mean, definitely
music
the
wouldn't be
sales
good.
will be
Right.
affected.
Yeah,
Right.
sales are
I'm
gonna
talking
go
about
toilet.
musically.
Yeah.
I mean,
A lot of people-
we'll see a little bit. I'm not married or anything, but this new stuff is pretty happy. The fABLE record's pretty
Yeah,
happy.
yeah.
So we'll see if it falls flat on its face. Maybe I'll have to I don't know,
Yeah,
start
response has
cutting
been
or
tepid,
something.
but
Yeah.
I think they could. Once
How many
everybody hears the
people
whole
have
thing-
been unfollowing you on social media
I
day
don't
over
know.
day?
I don't. Just like, oh, it's too happy. I
I
don't know.
can't say this is not what I want from this guy.
Yeah, that's fine.
I did. Did you with the artwork?
Yeah,
You really went for it.
yeah.
With the artwork, and there's a live, or I guess not live, but a fish, a real fish is part of kind of the album and the lore of the album.
Yeah.
A sable fish.
Yeah, I need some explanation. Obviously, I know it's the fucking title I can read, but it feels like bringing the real fish in that creates problems.
I mean, I was surprised we didn't get as much like poor fish
Yeah.
comments. We got some.
At the airport, PETA was protesting our arrival.
They said, no.
No, I mean there's sable fish, but with the whole thing with the salmon fish is that it's the color, and I just didn't want people to call it pink. I wanted them to call it salmon because it's a prettier concept as a color.
No, you're right. It is a prettier
That's
concept.
pretty much it.
Yeah. That's it?
We're doing a salmon raffle at the little celebration on the 12th in LA.
A salmon, like a high dollar piece of salmon is...
We're gonna get that not the same exact fish that we did because we cooked him. He cooked him up, but we're gonna get a big king salmon and raffle them off. Do you guys know what meat raffles are?
I mean,
Meat
I know.
Raffle sounds like a gay site that I went to by accident one time. But
I know what
otherwise,
those two words are.
yeah.
Yeah, other people in LA didn't know either. Here we have gun and meat raffles where you just like are at the bar and you just get a ticket and you put $5 in and then you walk out with steaks or a gun or so. It's
I like this.
Okay.
This is the kind of
my
gambling
dad's
I
won
could do.
multiple shotguns and multiple racks of beef. Yeah.
Okay, the meat I can understand. The gun, it feels like there's some more legal paperwork involved in that, but over here, not so much.
Not up there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's lawless up there.
I got to move here. You don't even have to scratch off the serial number.
Like you're saying to me that we could just be in a bar on a Friday night and they're like $5 and then they spin it. And by the time I'm drunk, I got a gun.
Yeah.
That's great.
you can walk out.
They
with the
don't
thing
give
on
you ammo or anything. You have to drive
I'll
it.
bring my own. I mean, it's
Yeah,
fine if I know what model it is. You know,
I
Okay.
don't think they released that before.
that's smart. That's actually very.
And
smart.
is that like a marketing tool to get more people to show up to the bar?
Yes.
Okay.
I'd prefer that to live music, if I'm being honest.
It's really fun. I mean, you just do whatever you do in a bar normally, but then every once in a while they yell at a number, and then you got to find your number and see if you won.
This is
It's like bingo without the
Genius.
card.
Yeah, that's really fun.
Yeah.
So you're saying that
you're eating curds the whole time.
tossing back curds, but you're saying that you it would usually be steak, but because of the album, you're doing fish.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How much is it?
A big king
How much
salmon
is
is
the-
a lot of money.
How much is the best king running?
I don't know. We did it for the photo shoot, so I didn't get that bill. But I'm guessing it's $180, probably. Way more.
Well, like in Seattle, where they get the big crazy
Yeah.
salmon over
Yeah.
there. It'll come down to the Fish King in Glendale, where I live, and the best of the best is $99 a pound.
Whoa.
And
it's way more than I'm guessing.
Could I taste the difference?
You
Hey, God damn it!
perhaps it depends on. I mean,
You
I know
walked
you
into
like
that
your
one.
salmon medium well. So a lot of the nuance is gonna be cooked out.
I think that when salmon is undercooked, it disgusts me.
So you don't like sushi?
I love sushi.
No, he likes
that's
it
pretty
raw.
undercooked.
He likes it cooked, but he doesn't like it when it's like still a little pink in the middle.
I can get that. I can get what
It
you
can
mean.
have a flesh-like mouthfeel. That's
It's just something that it does, and I feel like I mean, obviously that's like the way to cook it, which I understand that, but I have to.
respect the flesh.
You want it to be more like a brick.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Hard as a rock.
Yeah.
Eventually, you sing in a falsetto oftentimes. Eventually, we were talking about this on the car over here. Eventually, you lose your fastball in terms of being able to sing at a higher note.
Yeah, that's right.
And then some people
We're counting down the days.
Yeah.
if you're, like, let's say you're in a band like Third Eye Blind or something like that, where you do a lot of those notes, you get a little older, you get a little grizzled, and you're not able to do it anymore. Will you still do the tiny desk, giving it that up here, or are you
You're gonna do the.
or are you going to lower your octaves and go down?
This came up because we
in a
were
respectful way.
we were listening to Third Eye Blind, one of my favorite bands,
Thread,
and they'd
yeah.
recently done a tiny desk, and it was abysmal.
Was
and,
it?
And I was like, you guys gotta if you're feeling like that, you gotta cancel. I don't care how long it's been planned. Like I don't care. And he just couldn't do it, but he refuses to lower his register.
Yeah.
And he does the the Mariah Carey shit. It's like everybody knows that trick.
Yeah.
Everybody, even the passive viewer.
Well, you do it. I mean, you have to do it for a reason. If you're hitting a loud certain
Totally.
frequency, it'll break some. I mean, you would know more than I would.
I mean, I think you just change the key or just hang it up. I mean,
You're like, I'm good, bro.
but you don't know until
Third Eye Blind did a cover of one of our songs like a couple of years back. My good friend Ryan Olson did a whole like bunch of songs with them and tried to completely convince Steven to change the name of the band to Threb, and I think he got pretty far. But Steven really likes Ryan. Ryan really likes Steven, but I've never got to meet him
what
yet.
song did they cover?
Blood Bank. My song,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
think.
I am a life. We were saying because we're a similar age, so that was like popular when we were kids.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, but it always is the record I use as an example of one that doesn't exist anymore. Where it had like 7 singles.
Yeah, yeah.
And it lasted for like 4 years.
Yeah. Pretty impressive.
Very,
Yeah.
very.
A lot of meat on those bones.
Yeah.
So much meat on, but they have. I mean, it was kind of a one and done.
Yeah.
You know, they weren't
Yeah.
able. The second one was fine. You know, it just it devolved.
I say if you run that hot, just peace out or something.
Yeah, you can go do a cruise if nothing else.
I think we should normalize just like you don't have to go forever. You don't. I mean, I'm not talking about Third Eye Blind specifically. I'm just like in general. It's like it's okay to like walk away or like like to answer your question seriously. It's like if I can't sing the song, like I just won't.
I won't.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that most people know that's the logical answer, but the ego will not allow that.
We can't. We got too much ego out here, probably. I mean, I definitely know we do. It's just like it's too insecure. It's like that's not what we need from our singers or our artists, right? It's like we need to show like strength and security, not like desperation or something.
But, people will make an argument for, as soon as you retire, your days are numbered. Like you have to kind of keep working forever. Keith from Stone, whatever, like all these people, like once you stop, me as a person ceases to exist.
So
I
is that
think
what
at
they're
that point,
afraid of? Is it the money or is it them just not being seen anymore?
I think it depends on how much money you have.
I think Keith Richards or Bob Dylan, they don't need more money. They're doing it because they have to.
Yeah, it's not the money thing.
Or they want
I think
to.
money-
But I mean,
think it's
anyone
money for
like,
some people.
Even for your dad who's an accountant,
Yeah, he won't stop. My mom's like, you have to stop. And he's finally like, all right, fuck it. Like, I will.
I mean, it's, I don't know. I mean, you end up, people die with like tons of wealth that they just like hand down to, I mean, it all makes sense. And it also makes zero sense to me to sort of like, I don't know.
Retirement terrifies me.
I don't want to retire because that sounds boring.
Yeah.
But I think, it just sounds, but I wouldn't announce it either, or if I was,
But also, none of us are really working.
Yeah,
you know what I
we're
mean?
not
We're
in the
chilling,
salt
yeah.
mines.
Yeah.
We're not in the salt
We're
mines.
doing something that we want to be doing. We're lucky enough to be able to do that.
Yeah.
I just want to chit chat.
No, I mean, I do feel
You wanna
lucky.
make
And
me
that's
little
also
songs or
like, I
something?
think you don't want your heroes to cling too hard to their identities or something, or I don't,
Well, people in your profession tend to not age well,
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Like, and that's something for you to be conscious of. Just
Plenty.
They make choices they maybe shouldn't make,
Yeah.
mostly fashion related. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I think that's something to be conscious of moving forward.
I'm plenty conscious, I think.
But I think you take care of yourself.
I
from what I've seen.
much better than I was.
You've got all the lotions and potions going on.
Yeah.
All the powders that I'm powdering.
Yeah.
All of our sponsors.
Yeah,
You
all of our
already-
sponsors are represented.
And you didn't even get them for free. You bought it with your own money that you
I
made.
do like to buy I like to buy stuff because it's never free, or I don't know. We're doing a lot of sponsors on this record actually because we've never done it, and I was like, well, if I don't do this for a while or ever again, like
What kind of spot?
like we got a tinned fish sponsor,
Fishwives.
collab.
collab. Greg
We're doing
sent
like a
me-
scent with Earl of East. We're like blowing it out. I've been trying to get Kia on the phone to like sponsor the album.
We want the Bon Iver Telluride.
The 2025 Telluride.
I was literally that's what I've been on.
Ooh,
like,
so you're
for
the
a year.
Eddie Bauer of
I was going to
Korean
ask, what is
manufacturing.
your Eddie Bauer? What does the Bon Iver edition look like? Like, what do we?
It's just a Telluride that's salmon on the outside,
Yeah.
terracotta interior.
Oh, nothing. just a little like custom. We're not doing any sort of seat embroidery or anything. Headrest embroidery. Something to think about.
Yeah. It
I
is
think the
something.
wood grains will
Cheese-
be
a
more,
cheese curd.
more grainy.
Yeah, more grainy.
More grain in the wood. Yeah,
we got to get
shotgun handles for like the gear.
Yeah, that's
thing.
nice.
Yeah,
See, now
brother.
we're talking. I think it's fun to do that stuff.
What happens with
It is. It's been very fun, and I've always not done that because I don't know. It's just like uncool or sell out or something, and I'm just like, well, we're in the industry, and like, I might as well have some fun with it, and like recognize that all this is a product to begin with. I mean, I believe in the art, and for serious, like, am deep inside the songwriting as like a personal, spiritual thing, right?
Of course.
But it's been fun to just like have like a list of sponsors that we're gonna.
Well, I also think it's just like it's like if you're interested in that stuff, why not do it? Like, if you have access to do it and you're interested.
But
in
is it a collaboration or a sponsor?
Some
A
are
little bit of both sometimes.
I mean, I think we like to say collabs, right? I don't know. Some of them are. I mean, I don't think we.
So is Fishwives like you're gonna get $1 every
Fishwife
can
ain't
we
paying
sell?
you
so
shit.
get out there
I don't
and push
know.
it?
I don't know.
It's like
Yeah.
I don't care.
You're not
Yeah, I
privy
don't
to these
care.
conversations.
No, I just thought it'd be cool to have a fish.
Well, they're sending by the time I get home, probably I'll have a few tins at my home.
There's a couple tins that just made it here yesterday. We can pull them out and look at them.
All right, I'll see you guys later.
I've got something to look forward to after this episode.
What do you put it? Are you putting it on a saltine?
Yeah, we actually tin fish comes up a lot on this show. We've had a lot of older guys that seem to be aging and living well, and a lot of them are like, I just eat tinned mackerel for lunch every day and with pickles and shit like that, and they look good. Their skin looks good, all that shit. So how do you tin?
I do Ortiz tuna,
not cheap,
in regular olive oil, not the organic, because it's like my buddy was telling me that like organic olive oil can be like too many different vineyards like going together. So I just do the regular olive oil on 2 rice crackers. Best lunch.
I just it makes me feel like I'm living on a sailboat.
And doesn't that sound romantic?
In a bad way.
And I don't want to feel like that. That's
he kind of looks sailboaty.
Yeah, you do feel.
I mean, I
life.
aspire to be Brad Pitt's character in Legends of the Fall when he gets like long hair and goes across the shore. And
What's your? You don't have a boat, do you?
Mm-mm.
Okay, don't do that.
No.
But you're close to lakes.
Yeah, we got.
That's why I asked.
Actually, Wisconsin has 12,000 lakes and Minnesota has 10,000.
Okay, relax. This guy sounds like he's on the payroll.
Not that it's a competition,
Yeah,
but numbers are numbers.
Not that it's a competition.
12,000 lakes?
Yeah.
But that means they're differing greatly in size.
Yeah, and there's no 2 lakes that are the same.
Don't you know?
Don't you know?
Don't you know that?
How many of those are human-made, though?
I don't know, it's 11.
Because we could probably put a lake back here.
We put one.
You got one?
Yeah, we put one out here.
Because there's
Yeah.
no pool, right?
Yeah, it's just
In the style
pool,
of Cat Williams or a Lil Boozy, do you stock this yourself with some trout?
Yeah.
The truck comes in and dumps it?
Yep, perch and bass, because they actually keep it clean so we can swim in there. And yeah,
Also in the summer, you can swim in it.
it's
That's
awesome.
nice. You got
When
a
you're
diving
swimming
board?
in there, do you ever feel a little largemouth nipping at your leg or something? Yeah, he feels it too.
Yeah, well, when we play basketball, RT will jump in and then they'll graze you. There's not a lot of room.
Right.
So
I
they're
usually,
just-
I only like that when I'm getting my pedicures, but I guess that
Oh, you do like the
I'm
weird
kidding.
fish
I've never
eating.
done that,
We'll
but
do
I
it at the
would.
airport in Thailand.
I would do that. And yeah, in the
Actually,
right
kind of
place.
sounds fun, doesn't it?
I'll do anything kind of
Okay.
at this point to feel anything. So I'm not above that for
Okay.
sure.
Yeah, as soon as we finish this, he's going to release his SOAS in your
Release
in your gym.
now
yeah.
that we should do a collab SOAS releaser. thing.
We've thought about having our own foam roller.
That's
Yeah,
a good idea.
The SOAS.
That's
we can
like
do.
that's our audience would want that.
They foam roll.
Yeah, it's like a hat. Do you know what I mean?
Our
It's like
hosts and our audience are all in some form of recovery, physical or mental.
Yeah.
We do a lot of I mean I roll every day.
I roll in a little ball.
Do you?
Yeah, like the
do you
hard rubber
Theragun? I
ball.
saw you.
I got it all. I'm a Hyper Ice sponsor. I'm
What about the Normatec legs? Have you gotten there yet?
What?
the legs that you put
They
on.
look like
blow
these
up.
big, giant, kind of thigh-high snow boots.
And you pump them up and they squeeze
No,
you or
it's
something?
it's an electric. It's like a motor.
It's like a massage chair that wraps
Oh.
around each leg.
It's
So
compression. It gets
Okay.
really tight and then loose, then tight and loose. But if
Kinda-
you
kind of like getting your blood pressure tested
Yeah,
or something.
exactly, but for your whole leg, and it like starts at the bottom and works its way
Are you
up.
sponsored by them?
We're working on it.
I've received a free pair
Leg.
of Normatecs,
Okay.
and they are. I would say I've said this to people, especially like people who really exercise a lot.
Uh-huh.
It's kind of unbelievable. Like
Really?
during COVID, I would work out or run in the morning and then play tennis in the afternoon, and in between, I would do the Normatec for 45 minutes, and
Sounds
it really
good.
does give you the juice.
That's cool. I'll try. It sounds ticklish, but I'd try it.
No. It's pretty
be fine,
relaxing,
honey.
actually.
Okay.
It's pretty
You'll be
relaxing.
fine.
But you got to kind of, I mean, you have to like sit still for 45 minutes with your,
Ooh, that might be tough.
you
lay on the
I'm
couch.
like one of these guys usually.
Yeah.
I'm trying very hard.
Well, that's the
not to-
point of it. It's kind of like a weighted blanket.
Yeah.
Like you are. It's like at a certain point you have to submit to the leg, and then it becomes
worry.
very calming.
You can
Maybe it
still
would
use
help
your-
with my little like restless leg.
It might.
Of course.
What do you think is I have a question for you guys. What's like the number one thing, if you had to pick one thing for your like health outlook, what's like the one thing you feel like you excel at or that is the most important for you to like maintain a good feeling?
For me, it's probably just psychotic levels of dedication. Like I don't miss a workout. I don't miss a day.
Gotcha.
Like almost
7 days a week?
Yeah, unless there's like a 12
We
hour.
can get him to do that for emails. We'll be cooking.
Jason, I don't respond to those emails because I don't have anything to say. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like when we get pitched to guests that I don't want to break the heart of the PR person. I just want to let them keep following up.
Yeah.
I want them to get the hint.
Until you're desperate enough, you have to.
Yeah,
take
it's
them.
like, but no, I think that is that's the only thing I have going for me.
For me, it's a long outdoor walk.
Yeah, great.
In the morning.
I think it's super underrated. The walk. Yeah.
That's where it goes down, bro.
I have to get my steps in on a treadmill, but you
don't like the outside or
New York? It's just like
yeah. It's
like what you're doing. Like I know his walk; it's very different than he doesn't have to step over any needles.
Are you thinking about needles? Like you can't really keep a thing going. Do you worry about the air quality?
I don't care about any of that.
Okay.
Running outside in New York is actually amazing. But there's so much action that it
Right.
sort of distracts you from what you're what you're doing.
Yeah.
That I really like when the weather warms up, but I don't live near I live downtown. Like I'm not gonna go to Central Park and walk over, take the train to Central Park. Like,
Totally.
Also the sauna.
Yep,
Yeah.
sauna.
Are you every day?
I work out like 4 times a week. I try to do tennis or basketball or a walk on the other days. I've been working out with my friend Jeff Rogers for like more than 15 years.
Shout out Jeff, we love you, bro.
What's up with now? Do you have I saw the court outside, the basketball court, and we know you're ahead, but are there teams, are there jerseys? Like how serious are we taking this?
No.
Okay.
Just whatever come as you are.
Okay. I was hoping for
We're going to do some jerseys and teams at our little celebration thing on the 12th.
I'm sure Nike's listening. They'll get you sorted out.
I think we're going with Adidas.
Oh, whatever. I knew somebody would sort you out.
We're a sponsorship kind of.
I like this. You've opened the floodgates. And now it's like everything is sponsored.
Yeah.
Well, I guess speaking of that, we talk about this on the show sometimes with artists. Sync talk, we call it. Was there ever a time kind of pre the collapse of our economy and democracy when you got an offer to have one of your songs in a commercial, TV show, movie, whatever? Looking back now, the 2025 version where we're doing Tin Fish collabs, where you're like, I would have taken that staple, that Staples, the Office Max check or whatever.
We didn't get a ton of offers. I have trouble remembering what we turned down. I think in the early days we maybe just turned down a lot because there was just going to be too many of them, and they were going to start devaluing the other syncs.
Say no to Halliburton.
But we did like a Bushmills campaign once that I.
Oh, you don't think we remember the Bushmills campaign?
I mean,
you were on the side of a building for 5 years.
I know. Was it that long?
Well, they just there's one in Williamsburg where they just didn't take. I think it's like nobody else bought it. You know what I mean? So they just.
It was you. Then there's the Fool's Gold Records one.
Yeah. Wow.
But who was in it with you?
My brother and our engineer, Brian Johnson.
Yeah. And Fool's Gold, but I think there's one other one too.
You guys will meet my dad later, but I was just like, well, I can't say no to Bushmills. It's my dad's, Irish whiskey is my dad's, passion, and so I just, had to do it.
I mean, that's cool.
But it was a lot.
This is the first time your dad was ever proud of you?
Yeah, he does have it hanging in his living room.
Music stuff's my boy, fine, I guess, but...
He was very happy about it.
How much, when you do something like that, is it a lifetime? So if you texted someone from Bushmills now, would the case show up, or do they kind of cut you off after the check clears?
I'm not very good at asking for free stuff, and so I haven't in a long time. Because
I didn't mean you.
No, but
specifically.
No, but we just I generally I just go and buy Bushmills. It's easier.
Look, the brand loyalty that's great.
I mean, the best Irish whiskey is Redbreast 12. That's the best.
I thought that was a video
12.
game. What are you talking about? Redbreast 12.
Redbreast 12 is the best whiskey,
Redbreast
pound
Redemption.
for pound in the world's history.
I've never heard. Have you heard of that?
No, I haven't.
It's an Irish. You'll have to try it.
You have some here?
Oh yeah.
Brush my teeth with the bullshit.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that like the bird, the red-breasted?
Yeah.
I like an Eagle Rare.
Oh yeah,
I guess that's
good.
more of a bourbon.
That's American, yeah.
Yeah.
Eagle Rare.
Just in terms of whiskeys named after birds.
Yeah, I wonder are there other ones? What's Conor McGregor's called? Like Sparrow Man or
cocaine?
That's called
cocaine. Yeah,
that's the Wife Beater 12.
That's the Wife Beater 13.
Our words, not yours.
Yeah.
So speaking of your dad, we're gonna hang out with him and go see Bob Dylan tonight.
In just a few hours.
Yeah.
This is sick. So are we going to pregame with your dad with a little breast 12?
Yeah, that's what we'll do.
This is so sick.
This is sick. So you have seen Dylan once?
Once or twice. I think definitely once when he played with Paul Simon in '98
Yeah.
at the Canterbury racetrack.
Okay.
But other
You know
than
the
that, I feel like I've watched so many videos. I don't think I saw him again.
Because is Dylan like top 5 dead or alive for you? Okay.
I mean, to me, there's John Prine's like my and there's so many greats, but it's hard to like be like, oh, somebody's better at writing songs than Bob Dylan. There just isn't. There just isn't.
Yeah, he's got the touch.
Yeah, I mean, I'm. It's fascinating to me that he's playing here.
Yeah,
if I'm keeping it a stack with
me
you.
too.
But then as I've talked to all my Dylan head friends, they're kind of like, yeah, he'll play anywhere.
Yeah.
Like that's his whole thing. He's on tour forever.
Yep, never-ending tour.
And that sounds like your nightmare.
Yeah. I mean, it's not my favorite. Although, something I've observed as I think about what I'm going to do with my life when I grow up, but like he fucks around a lot, and he's able to kind of like take the essence of something as simple as like a extremely well-written song, and like it melts, and it he re-puts it together. He can change it. He's constantly changing the key or the chord structure or whatever. With my songs, so much of what went into making them good, decent songs was like kind of all the accoutrement, like says a lot of the textures and stuff. Or so I thought.
You got hella textures.
Yeah,
Bleep
a lot
and
of
bloop and all kinds of shit.
Yeah,
You don't hide behind reverb anymore, though, and I think that's dope.
It's really.
Thanks.
I'm proud of you.
Thanks.
I'm proud of you.
Most people never climb that
But
mountain.
do you think Dylan's able to do that because he's reached a level of like people just want to be there to see whatever he does? Like no one expects him.
I think he was smart enough to write his songs to be interchangeable like that. So he's like, when I get old, I'll just do it. I'll just talk it, and maybe it'll be an A minor instead of a C sharp flat, and I'm gonna say however I want it to say it. Versus like if you don't sing the song in the way that they know it, people are gonna be pissed on Reddit.
I have to keep it a stack yet again. If I go to see Bon Iver and that shit sounds funky, there's jams.
Yeah, he's walking out. Yeah,
I just don't. I think that Dylan is
You pull some McGee shit up there.
Yeah, I don't want no McGee shit. None of that shit. None of that shit.
You're gonna get an heirloom tomato at the side of your head.
Yeah. I'll get it from your own farm.
Yeah.
But I know there's a level of it that I accept, but the Dylan thing feels like when I saw the Stones, and it was
somewhat recently.
Like in the last decade, and they were amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad I went. It was worth every penny. And it was awesome. I did not expect that. I was expecting the absolute floor, and so I was very impressed that they played songs I liked and knew.
I think what my expectations are for tonight are very like I feel like I'm going to like a sorcery or a lecturer more than I feel like I'm going to go to a concert. Like, and I think what other people want to get out of it, or just like they need to see him before he dies, or some people are really into the new ways that he's doing the songs.
I'm going because I watched his movie on the Delta flight over, and
now you're hooked.
Checked out his music. Yeah,
I'm
Some
mainly
of his songs are good.
I'm mainly going after the video I saw yesterday that Jake sent me of him. There's a video of Bob Dylan online which Jake Linderman sent me. I sent to you, and you're like, I've seen this, and it's a video. It's a video of Bob Dylan playing a song, and he has a small wrench in his hand, and he's tapping the side of the microphone with the wrench. And I would say that it's not on beat, it's not off beat, it's kind of its own thing.
It has a lot of swing to it. It has a Mad Lib style shuffle
it's
to
a
it.
Mad Lib style shuffle. And
Super swung.
I'm just a little. What do you think that is?
He's searching.
Okay,
that's the genuine thing that I don't want to give him too much gas, but like he's searching. He's still like trying to bend it in ways. And I think that is like the legit reason I think he's like a true artist and why he doesn't give a fuck, or whatever. I think he's up there hitting the mic stand with a wrench.
He'd be doing that with 4 people in the audience or 400,000 people in the audience.
Yes.
The same exact thing.
Yep.
Okay, so all right.
He's in the rarefied air. There's probably a dozen people alive who are operating on that level right now, right?
Yeah.
Because like most people cannot get away with horse shit like that.
Bob Dylan,
in
Tate
2025.
McRae. Who else we got?
It's Bob, Tate.
It's Bob and Tate. That's at the top. It's just us.
Good list.
I'm trying to think if there's any rappers that can. I mean, they've got the toughest job. They cannot really do whatever they want.
I would
The
say
audience
that's.
will eat 'em
I would
alive.
say musically, that's the least experimental. Like they have the least amount of room to experiment in a live set. Although we went and saw 50 Cent at Crypto, and it was fucking amazing.
It was
Amazing.
cool.
Full band. Like I usually don't like rap with a full band.
Uh-huh.
I'd rather just hear the beat.
Yeah,
But it worked.
cool.
I guess maybe our favorite ambient artists are really allowed to wander and take risks more than anyone else because people don't even know if they're playing it wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
That's how experimental it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are
right.
you an ambient head?
I'm not ahead, but I do listen to everything. Like there's some any genre is going to have something that's going to poke through for me. But in general,
That's so funny. That's what we were talking about on the way over here. I was like, I feel like you're a guy who can find appreciation, and I'm trying to get to that point because it's exhausting to hate everything.
yeah.
And I think that it is.
But it's paying the bills, so I don't
better-
want them to stop.
Please don't grow.
I'll be
Yeah,
the
yeah.
nice one.
Don't
But
grow.
I think that there is musically, I'm more able to do it more than any other thing in the world. Where I'm like, oh, that's pretty good. Like,
Yeah.
Like I like a lot of stuff that people make fun.
What
of me
about
for
the world
liking.
of EDM?
I got some love for like some house. You know,
I was hoping you were going to say Zed.
We're not far from Chicago.
Yeah, and Detroit and
Detroit,
Frankie Knuckle. I mean, there's kind of a bit of everything. I had a great Berghain experience in Berlin. Saw some great
Really?
dance music there. Yeah.
Okay, let me. This just came.
We
up.
just talked about this with our friend.
DJ Python was like, I hate playing there. Basically, is
Okay.
what he said.
Yeah.
But did you call ahead, or did you get let in on the strength of your look?
Friends that own a hotel nearby.
Okay. Okay.
Got us in. Yeah.
You had a fixer.
Yeah,
I was hoping you were up there and
But this
like, all
is 10,
black.
this is
Rico
over
and
10 years
just
ago.
waiting.
But if it's good, if it has just the whatever in it.
Did you
musically.
wear whatever you wanted, or did you?
I did not peacock. We did. It was more just to like go there and just
Did you wear orange?
No.
Okay.
What's that for? Does that signify
well,
something?
it feels like
There's
black.
there's
is
an
the-
unspoken rule
Oh.
that all black is what you do there.
That's the Berlin dress code in general. You know, so I think it.
No,
I did
yeah,
not
and
get
if
the
you could
memo.
do a sleeveless, a tank or something sleeveless would be nice.
I
as
would
well.
love to. I would actually love to kind of dress you for Berghain. If we could arrange that.
I bet you would get
we
me
could
in so much
partner with
trouble.
Essence. And
Yeah,
we could,
Yeah.
Was there ever a
Essence-
time when
Essence
you
would be
worked
the-
with a stylist?
I've worked with to a couple times, and it's like I just don't feel comfortable. I have to kind of it's not like I have like a deep fashion sense, but I know how to feel comfortable.
Was it like a Grammys thing where it was like suit related?
I always just got my own suits. I mess with this guy Todd Snyder. He's awesome in New York, but I feel like
Shout out
there's
to
only
Todd.
been a couple times where like somebody's like, "You're gonna wear this." I think probably once, and it was over. I was like, "Nobody's ever gonna do that to me again. I can't have you being like, all right, Justin, now can you like?" It's like I can't. You know?
I
or like,
actually
can you
can't.
please put on the whatever?
Just to humor us, put on this really ugly
just to
shirt.
humor us is like code for we're gonna use it no matter what.
This is the album
You've been
cover.
doing a lot for this album,
Lots more than I've ever done.
and that's just
Yeah.
because you feel good. And
Is
it's
it
like
because you
fun.
feel guilty
I don't
for
have a
not going on tour?
Yes.
You're like, I'm going to do as many podcasts
I'll
as
talk
possible.
all you want. I
Yeah.
ain't gonna play a damn song. I'll sit on the couch with Seth Meyers, but I ain't playing nothing.
Well, it's true. It's true. I feel so good that I'm not going out on the road. I mean, I really like from the basement of my heart, like deeply miss my family that I would go on the road with. But I don't miss what I was doing up there very much, and it like just wasn't fresh. It wasn't a way to keep going and shit. So right now I feel so incredibly calm that I can just be sitting here and enjoying the process of putting out a record because I don't feel like I've enjoyed it. I'm starting to get to the point now where if the record comes out next week, I'll be like, all right, I can stop talking about this now and of figure out what's next. Maybe figure out if I'm going to figure out a play or start making more records or whatever. But
we have
for
Broadway
once,
aspirations.
I feel what's that?
We have Broadway aspirations.
No, well, there's some like concepts of some plays, and maybe there's like that's a world to maybe get into is doing some music like that. But I don't know, everything's like completely up in the air, and that's I think why I feel calm. Like the possibilities are endless right now versus like if I was putting out a record and then 2 years of touring, it's like there are no possibilities.
Sure,
There's the possibility of doing one thing extremely well with people you love for 2 years and losing your heart, mind, and soul in the process. So I'm glad I'm not doing that.
I think it's
You've had enough pounds of flesh taken out of you.
I think it's very powerful though, honestly, to
No,
be like,
thanks, man.
look, I'm gonna give you the record, you're gonna love it, and
What
That's
about
it.
Bon Iver DJ sets? Something, you
Yeah,
know,
there we
dip the
go.
toe back in.
there we
I've done a couple. I enjoy it. I feel like I've like fell off discovering new music.
I don't want to call you out, but I was a little shocked that you didn't have a CDJ set up in the studio. Knowing that Jason was coming, I thought maybe.
I mean, we sent the writer. It's just kind of
yeah, I don't know. There's no Mountain Valley water and there's no fucking CDJs. This is
my DJ style is just iTunes with just like a magical next
that's
button.
my DJ style too.
I'm proud of it. I think it can work.
I think it can work for you.
Yeah,
I think it can work
exactly.
for you.
I'm sure. Yeah, I mean, get a couple caps in the stem, and
Yeah.
suddenly we're
Everything sounds good.
we're
then,
Frankie
right?
Knuckles, baby.
Yeah.
And next one.
And next.
Yeah, you
Hold
you
for
start
applause.
And Mary J.
start
Blige. Yeah.
gesticulating when you push that play button.
Yeah. Like.
A powerful transition, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that, but I do think it's powerful to be like, I don't want to do that. I just think that most artists, do even established, like the pressure is just too great, and they don't feel comfortable saying no.
I just think like, why would we want the people that like get to not work for a living?
Mm-hmm.
Why would we want to see them working?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's not the point. That's not inspiring. And like maybe the people are getting a lot out of the shows, but like they're going to get a lot more if I press pause or delineate and have actual juice for something.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen you play live, but I've gotten more out of your song. You know, hitting play after I got off of an airplane.
Yeah.
That was weird, and I'm walking through an airport terminal, and then that's when the shit really hits you the
Yeah.
best.
Yeah.
And also before, 10 years ago, we make the album, we spend all this money, and then we go on tour, and that's where we make our money to live and survive. And now that we're sort of in an area where that's not so easy and cut and dry, and people are hoping to break even on tours, I'm sure it's even more of an incentive to wait it out and see.
He's got 4 18-wheelers. He's got 6 buses. The overhead's
I mean,
crazy.
it's
for
a
this guy.
very
Yeah.
We interview a lot of bands of various sizes, and the misconception is when you're on that bigger level, that's fine, but when you're an indie band, that's when it's tough and you're scraping by. But we've interviewed a lot of big bands who are just like, we are hoping to break even, bro.
Yeah. It's just like it's a little broken. I mean, I could go on and on and on about it, but I mean, we're in a really bizarre position. I think Bon Iver in general is just like we make money on records and we make money on the tours, and we've just been incredibly, I think conservative is a good word. Like we haven't gone overboard. And that's maybe another reason. It's just like I don't want to like drive anything into the ground. Like I don't want it to feel like a product. But touring, I just think after a while, I think people don't realize how tired of it they are themselves, or maybe people are starting to talk about it. It's like, do I really want to go to the Terminal 5 tonight to see like I don't know. I can't really like put it into words. I just think
I don't want to go to Terminal 5.
Yeah, right.
I mean, if people
maybe.
don't
Whatever
want to
it
go
is,
to the
you know?
movie theater to see a movie they want to watch, and it's hard. Stand-up comedy is the only thing that's really selling tickets, I guess. I don't know why.
And I think it's because it's fresh, and like I think there is like money does sort of follow the magic sometimes, and then magic can be squeezed out of something over a long period of time. And I think live music is, I think the festival environment, you see it. It's just like, yes, Coachella sells out every year, but like, are we feeling anything new? Is there really any bar to be set that's new, performance or artistic or lights or pyro wise?
Who can we pay enough to come back from the dead
Exactly.
to make this good?
Exactly. And I'm not hating. It's like if people are having fun at Coachella, yeah, let's go. It's all great. But I guess I am interested in like,
Yeah, but I could go.
let's futz with the format.
I could go do Molly in the Woods on another weekend.
I think
you know?
I think there's going to be more spheres and things like that. I got an invite to like an immersive thing where it's like a touring sphere where like they'll take over like a convention center in a big city, and then like the ceiling and the wall. So it'll be like a cube and not a sphere, but they can build
like a curd.
Yeah, big curd.
It'll be
Yeah,
a big
it's
cheese
big-ass
curd, and Moby's DJing in that bitch for 2 hours.
No,
Yeah.
but I mean, that's
But they do it, and they'll do it for like an early show and a late show, like 7 to 9
Truly like
and 9
comedy.
to 11. And you're like, so this is all just for the TikTok now.
Yeah, I mean, I spent a lot of time writing in my notebook of just like, what do I actually want? What can we take away? What can we like kill from like all the way it's been done? How can you make it? It's not just about making it lucrative. It's about making it leaner and
Who can we replace with an Ableton stem?
or a what do you call them? Holographs.
yeah.
I'm with you on all of that, but I think there's also a world where if you're that good, you can kind of get up there and just play, and that's enough.
Oh, yeah.
The lights and this and that, like all that shit is fun, but it's mostly to give your friends jobs. Like it's not necessary if you got the songs.
Sure, yeah.
And that's what I just think about that a lot. Like the Sphere, I want to go to the Sphere. We talked about it last
It's
night.
fun, yeah.
It sounds amazing, but
Call me when Bonnie Raitt's doing the Sphere. And
Yeah,
we'll go,
right,
it's like when Adele or Harry Styles, they do these like residency things.
Yeah.
Like that makes sense, kind of.
I think that's a word that gets kicked around in my head a lot. It's like, what could we do? You know, I've thought a lot about like, what if we just, you know, got like a big check from like a philanthropist or whatever, and like
Bezos bucks, something like that.
Bezos
that
buck.
word seems so close to so many bad words, but like you know, you build like a really beautiful circular venue in
Alleged
the middle of nowhere, and then you
philanthropizer.
just play there for the rest of the time, and it just
I mean, you could literally build an airplane hangar in the middle of the woods and sell it out. You know, just do that when you wanted to, and like leave everything there. You know what I'm
Which is
saying?
kind of cool
Yeah.
because, like, you know, 10, 15 years ago, it was like, oh, laptops and music equipment is accessible to everyone. Anyone with Fruity Loops can make the next Soulja Boy song or whatever. And then we don't need record labels anymore because we can just have your friend film it and we have a video and it's all on, you know, whatever. And we are entering an era now with live performances where we're like, we don't have to play inside of this crazy system that's such a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Just build a fucking airplane hangar and
it
I
could
play
sound
there.
better.
Yeah.
And the musicians could hear each other better. Like there's you know, that's something I'm really proud of is like my squad. We might not have been the best individually, musicians, engineers, whatever, but when
Even
we came
people.
together, I just felt like we were doing it at the best that anybody was doing it, and our shit sounded really good. And I'm just like, that is a challenge that might be the only thing that kind of like inspires me to do anything in the future if I do, you know.
I think let's get a hangar going.
Like, what if touring wasn't pain?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It doesn't. I think it's okay to work hard and to get tired, but you shouldn't.
Like,
I shouldn't be breaking down on stage and crying from exhaustion. Like, it's embarrassing.
It shouldn't be something that you actively do not look forward to.
Yeah, you should want to do it. Like Bob Dylan is probably not. He's not like, thank God I get to do the miracle of music tonight. But he's probably like, yep, here we go. Fuck yeah.
for
Honest days pay for an honest day's job.
That's right.
All right, Bone. Well, Justin, thanks for taking the time.
Appreciate
and
you,
inviting
homies.
us over.
It's been a blast.
We had a delicious lunch. You made us a great cortado.
I was impressed, honestly. It's
good, right?
If this kind of goes away, you know, if this touring thing really fucks you, barista's in your future.
Well, and I could probably, if I was a barista, I could probably put Bon Iver on the soundtrack and just get that little bit of income.
what?
Just have
coming.
your CD on the little easel. And
Yeah.
like, what
Yeah.
is this?
I bet
Yeah.
there's been
nice.
a lot of Bon Iver in the coffee shop over the years. It's not a stretch.
So
Yeah.
have I. It's been one of the funniest things is like going to the coffee shop and hearing Bon Iver on the thing, and just the person just being like, and I'm just like, thank God they don't recognize me because this is such a sad situation.
My ass would be like,
Hey, me. That happened to us. We heard it.
That's why Nora Jones can't go to Starbucks anymore.
We heard a Them Jeans remix in a hotel lobby in like Indiana one time, and he was like, like he saw God.
It was like when you
"Whoa,
see
that's me."
videos of like a
I'm
dog.
usually trying to duck out as soon as I hear
so
something.
funny. I was like, "Is this a Them Jeans drum edit?" He's like, "That's right, that's right. Yes,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Sir, can you please leave?"
it is." Yeah, no more pictures, sir.
All right, well, let's.
thank you, guys.
It's
Appreciate
time to
it.
start drinking some red
Breast.
Red breast.
12.
Red
12.
breast 12.
Uh-huh.
Send the bottle. I'll give you the PO box after the show.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate y'all.
Good to see you.
Thanks.